David Benavidez absolutely obliterates David Lemieux. His corner just couldn't take anymore. Let's talk right quick.
Push the weight and now flex. Flex. The live is one in the six. With the runner boy, you nigga, no question. You would run a motherfucker high stepping. Hey, you never had a big enough weapon. Motherfucker never learned your lesson. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I'm an 88 pack nigga. I mean, day walker, drink blood, fangs out, full moon, motherfucker change like a hoe. I'm just a nigga from the hood trying to stack a little cheddar for the money.
Drew Titan Bronson on deck. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. Just a quick recap of what we just saw. David Benavidez destroyed David Lemieux. Before I go further, shout out to David Lemieux, man. Now, let me tell you what impressed me about David Lemieux. That man went out on his shield. At the end of the first round, he got caught in an exchange, and he just stiffened up. All right, the round ended. He went back in his corner went to work. They gave him the best advice that they can give him. Look, that man was shaking. He was looking around, and they said, look, man, you got to make something happen. He went out that next round in round two. And I got to say, man, David Lemieux was throwing some heat. He did not want this fight stopped. He was on wobbly legs, but he was throwing some heat. And if, listen, a hurt man is a dangerous man. And David Lemieux has power. With that being said, I respect and I appreciate David Lemieux. He went out on his shield like a warrior, which is how fighters are supposed to do when they're behind, when they're down, when they say, you know what, skill ain't cutting it, I'm hurt, I got to go for, balls to the wall, go for the gusto. Salute to David Lemieux. David Benavidez is a bad boy, man. That's a bad boy. He showed discipline. After he hurt David Lemieux, if you go back and watch it, you know what kept David Lemieux in trouble? The jab. That long, smooth jab. David Benavidez remained very disciplined. He used his height to his advantage. When Lemieux closed the distance, he showed a good inside game. He showed hand speed. He baited David in the later rounds, but this only went 2 or 3 rounds. He baited him, leaned him up against the ropes because David was being difficult. He wasn't cooperating in spots. And at the, towards the end, the ref went, he did his job, man. He said, look, man, you got to show me something. You get in trouble one more time, I'm going to stop it. And the corner had enough. And look, there was nothing David Lemieux could do outside of landing a Hail Mary. And David Benavidez was just well too disciplined to fall for any tricks, to get set up or anything like that. This kid is growing with every fight. He's dangerous. And yes, I'm going to go here more and more with the growth of him. He had a little trouble losing his belts on the scale and, the drug situation. Look, that's gone now. That's gone now. It wasn't a PED. It was a recreational drug. All is forgiving, right? In this era, we forgiving things like that, right? It's not like he was on, clenbuterol or nothing like that, right? So with that being said, this kid is dangerous. And with each passing fight, I understand why Canelo Alvarez didn't want any smoke. He went on, he not only did he blacklist David Benavidez, he says he didn't want to fight any more Mexican fighters. I said this before and I'll say it again. This kid is American. All right, by way of his birth. Am I right or wrong on that? Whatever. If I'm wrong on that, Canelo was wrong to say it. You don't want to break bread with this guy? You know why? Because he'll break you in half. I'm saying it right now. David Benavidez beats Canelo Alvarez. Because if he gets Canelo Alvarez in trouble, Canelo Alvarez can't do what David Lemieux tried to do in trouble. Go out on his shield. Canelo ain't got that in him. He ain't got enough footwork. He can't close the distance. He can't do it. David Benavidez beats the dog-ish out of Canelo Alvarez. You disagree? Cool. Prove me wrong. Get in the ring with him. Or you're going to fight Triple G. This kid, David Benavidez, is a problem at 168. So on the Canelo list, we got no Andre. Footwork is too much. You got no Charlo. Punch and power. Footwork is too much. You got Benavidez. Length, punch and power, footwork, youth, too much. And you know what all those three men that I mentioned have in common? None of them are scared of him. You looking like food, Canelo. What I saw was domination. And I know, it's David Lemieux. But make no mistake about it. David did not go in there to lay down. Lemieux I'm talking about. And he went out on his shield, something that you could not do. You refused to do, Canelo. Now we know why you avoided this kid. So salute to David Lemieux for showing up and doing the best he can with what tools he had. He didn't come in here to lay down. Benavidez is just a better fighter. Canelo retire, man. Because if you go in there and mess around and lose to Gennady Golovkin, please, you just threw everything you attempted to do in the garbage. But even if you beat Triple G at 168, I'm just curious. Who do you fight after that? You beat Triple G. Do you deny David Benavidez? Do you go for the Bivol rematch at 175? Do you pursue the winner between Artur Beterbiev or Joe Smith? What about Andre? What about Charlo? There's nowhere to run, Canelo. But first things first, this has been Benavidez's night to shine. And you need to see this kid. If not, go lay down somewhere. Salute to Benavidez. Bronx on deck.
Move!